Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his sons, because he begat him in his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. Now therefore after these things his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and said,
Lie with me.
But he refused, and said to his master's wife,
Behold, there is no man greater in this house than me, nor has he kept anything from me except you, because you are his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? And in the uppermost basket there were all kinds of baked goods for Pharaoh, and the birds ate them out of the basket upon my head.
Then Joseph answered and said,
This is the interpretation of it. The 3 baskets are 3 days. Within 3 days Pharaoh shall take your head from you, and shall hang you on a tree.
Then Pharaoh said to his servants,
Can we find such a man as this, in whom is the Spirit of God?
Then Pharaoh said to Joseph,
Because God has shown you all this, there is no man of understanding or wisdom like you. You shall be over my house.
And they bowed down and prostrated themselves. And he, lifting up his eyes, beheld his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said,
Is this your younger brother, of whom you told me?
And he said,
God be merciful to you, my son.
And Joseph hurried and sought where to weep, for his affection was inflamed toward his brother. And he entered into his chamber and wept there. Afterward he washed his face and came out and refrained himself, and said,
Lay out the bread.
Then at once every man took down his sack to the ground, and everyone opened his sack. And he searched, and began at the eldest, and finished at the youngest. And the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. Then they tore their clothes, and every man loaded his donkey, and went again into the city. Then Judah drew near to him, and said,
O my lord, let your servant now speak a word in my lord's ear, and do not let your wrath be kindled against your servant, for you are just as Pharaoh. My lord asked his servants, saying, Do you have a father or a brother? And we answered, My lord, We have a father who is old, and a young child whom he begat in his old age. And his brother is dead, and he is the only surviving son of his mother. And his father loves him. For now 2 years of famine have been through the land, and 5 years are still to come, wherein there shall be neither earing nor harvest. Therefore God sent me before you to preserve your posterity in this land, and to save you alive by a great deliverance. Now then, you did not send me here, but God.
And they took their cattle and their goods which they had gotten in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt, Jacob and all his seed with him. Then Joseph came and told Pharaoh, and said,
My father and my brothers and their sheep and their cattle and all that they have come out of the land of Canaan. And behold, they are in the land of Goshen. Judah, as the lion's cub you shall come up from the prey, my son. He shall lie down and crouch as a lion and as a lioness. Who shall stir him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and the people shall be gathered to him. He shall bind his donkey foal to the vine, and his donkey's colt to the best vine. He shall wash his garment in wine, and his cloak in the blood of grapes. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk.